Hi everyone! Today we're doing a Principles of Structural Analysis and Design terminology quiz. Let's see how many you can get right. Get ready. Here's the first question. Which property of a material enables it to undergo large permanent strains before failure? Materials which have the same composition at any point are described as. What is the term for the value beyond which the stress is no longer proportional to the strain? Which term refers to the force generated by a body in motion? Which term refers to the force generated by a body at rest? What do you call the force which determines whether the body will be in equilibrium or will have a varying state of motion? Which structural member has the ratio of its unsupported height to its least lateral dimension of not less than 3 and is used primarily to support axial load? What do you call the retarding force acting opposite a body in motion? Which of the following terms is described herein? Loss of stress that takes place with the passage of time as concrete is held at a constant strain. Applying stress to high-strength steel after the concrete has been poured and has gained adequate strength. Applying stress to high-strength steel wires before the concrete sets and hardens. Which term refers to the property of a material which makes it return to its original dimension when the load is removed? What do you call the ability of a material to absorb energy in the plastic range? What is the term which refers to the ability of a material to deform in the plastic range without breaking? Which material has the same compression at any point? The behavior of a material where it undergoes significant deformation with a slight increase in stress. The behavior of a material where it returns to its original shape after the load is removed. The property of a material where it exhibits the same elastic behavior in all directions. The property of a material where it has the same composition throughout, but its elastic properties may vary in different directions. The property of a composite material where its elastic behavior differs in one direction compared to the perpendicular direction. Which of the following refers to the flexibility of a structure? The property of a material where it deforms in the plastic range without breaking. The quantity measured by a seismometer is. The property of a material that describes its ability to absorb energy in the plastic range. It is the distance from the center of rigidity to the center of mass. It is the point through which the resultant of the resistance to the applied force acts. A lateral displacement of one level relative of the level above or below is called. One in which the lateral stiffness is less than 70% of the stiffness of the story above is called. It refers to flexibility of a structure. It is the point through which the applied seismic force acts. It is the point through which the resultant of the resistance to the applied lateral force acts. Which refers to rigidity of a structure. Besides the epicenter, it describes the location of the earthquake. It is measured using a seismometer. It is measured by the Richter scale. If the structure undergoes a cycle of stresses and blank, it leads to the beam reaching sudden ultimate failure. Occurs when the center of mass and rigidity do not coincide. It is the displacement of one level relative to the level above or below. Highest ordinate in stress-strain diagram. An appreciable elongation or yielding of the material without any corresponding increase of load. And that's a wrap for our Principles of Structural Analysis and Design terminology quiz. How many did you get? Comment your score below and let's see who got 'em all.